What up? It's your boy Vinnie-Dangerous, and I am back again with another beat breakdown. This time I'm gonna be breaking down the beat for my track Hip Hop is Pussy.
When did hip hop get so pussy?
Let's hop in the session and I'll show you how this beat was made real quick. Alright, so this track came together really quick. I'd probably say I finished it in like 30 minutes. That was really quick for me. Like a track coming together that fast. I was really inspired. I was listening to Jid's last album, God Does Like Ugly. Really love that album. Still listen to it heavy, especially when I'm in the gym. And this particular day, the song G's really had me inspired. It really had me amped. And I wanted to make something like it. So this was kind of like me saying, if I was to produce something for Jid, this is what I would probably make and pitch for him. But I liked it so much and got inspired by it to make the track that I made. And the track is out now if y'all want to listen to it. Make sure I put a link to it in the description below. Let's get into the session. I started with this brass sound, which is the most prominent thing you hear in the track. I think it might be in the same key as the G's track by Jid. If not, I probably started off in the same key and then made some changes. But it is in D minor. And I just did this very simple brass pattern. Kept it, just a note apart. Just wanted to give it that tension, that very sinister feel that I was going for. And just kept switching octaves, playing around with different play styles just to see, what sounded best. So this is what it sounds like by itself. Real simple, kind of repeats itself. Wanted to keep it kind of consistent. Next thing was the hi-hats. This is my little trick, something that kind of keeps me from getting beat block, which it still happens, but this helps me from time to time, is if I got a good melody idea or a good chord progression or whatever, but I can't figure out any melodic elements to come after that, I will jump straight into the drums, get that bounce, get that feel together first. If I can't come up with a melody off top, I probably come up with the drums, and then everything else just kind of comes together after that. So here are the hi-hats by itself. Just real simple, real repetitive, just giving it a bounce to start with. Went straight into the snare. You might hear some crackle. Always like to put some kind of tape emulation on my drums, especially. There are times I haven't used it, but I find myself reaching for it more times than not whenever I'm making a beat. Just wanted to, just kind of give it a little bit of, just give it a little bit of grit or something. Kind of helps it stand out more to me. There's an open hat, pan in the opposite direction. I don't know right now, but it's in the opposite direction of the hi-hats, just giving it a little bit of a more feel. Yeah, so it's pan to the right, hi-hats pan to the left. After that, this simple triangle, nothing special. Just filling up more space, adding more, drum elements, and, until I felt like I had enough, and then go straight into the 808. I'm going to play it, and then I'm going to show y'all something I did a little special for this track I haven't done with anything else before. Man, I love that 808. That was when sometimes I start an idea, I'll keep going, don't really know if I'm going to keep it or not. Don't know if this track is going to, get scrapped, or if it's going to just end up in my unfinished project folder, or if I'm going to sit down and really, go for it. But there's always that one element of a track that tells me oh no, this is one that we're gonna hammer out and it's gonna be dope. So what I did different with this one, I think I was actually reaching for something else and ended up grabbing this double lock. I think it was maybe it's some kind of saturator that I was reaching for, and then this one was like maybe a space above it, and I clicked on it by mistake. And I kept it just on the default, and it was exactly what I wanted. Like without it, the 808 ain't as strong, but with it, it just gives it that like big, heavy feel that I was looking for. And just to make sure it didn't get too out of hand, because this thing, like it's on the default and it already makes like a world of difference. You try to like push it too hard, things get out of control. A lot of people, from what I've seen, use this in parallel, but I used this directly on it and just kept it on like the lowest setting possible, and it sounded good. But to keep it from getting too crazy, I put a clipper on it, and then I use this EQ that side chain to the kick, so it'll dip every time the kick is in there, so they don't clash trying to take up the same frequency. And then speaking of the kick, that was the last element for the drums, just giving, helping fill up that low end, help, giving it that punch, that knock that I was looking for with this type of track. And then after that, there was some short strings, ended up taking them out, didn't need them, couldn't really make them work. Part of the experimentation, you just try this out, don't work, take it out, or maybe do something different with it until you get to the final product. After I got that out the way, I pulled up this choir sound and just used a lot of the same notes as the brass, doubled it over here at the last bar, just to give it like this epic swell at the end of the loop before it looped back, just to help with the sinister cinematic vibe I was going for with this. Yeah, like as they get to the end and it just swells, it just adds to like this like epic feel that I'm going for. I be trying to find different words to say. I just end up saying the same shit over and over again. So if I say epic too much, I'm sorry. It's just the only thing that came to mind. Then I did this synth. I felt like I just needed a little bit more for the melody part, and I thought this was a nice little airy kind of sound, kind of contrast like the heaviness of everything else. Just playing around with octaves, using a lot of the same chords from the other two, the choir and the brass. Just keeping everything uniform. I think this is the last element. This sequence sound, just a little something different, a little bit of ear candy to kind of help it, stand out a little bit. It definitely adds a little something extra that wasn't there before. Just something simple. And then this is everything together. I'm gonna play like the intro, the chorus, and then like the first verse. Yeah, that's the track. I love this track. I'm so happy about how well this came out. And, once I wrote the song and put it all together, I just knew it was perfect. So thank you for watching. The only thing I forgot to mention was that there's like a snare sound, snare roll. Just played around with that until I got something good. And then there's this Vox sound that Wonder Girl uses all the time. I always love it when I hear it in Wonder Girl's productions. I think Kanye uses this a lot. Like I've heard this a lot with a lot of people, and I always wanted to know what that sound was. So once I got my hands on it and I was able to use it in something, I had to. So yeah, that's the full track. I feel like this track fits the occasion. Like the song itself is a heavy topic, something that I've observed with everything going on in the world right now, and just seeing how the world is kind of descending in chaos. And the first time that I could think of in my life where, at least on a mainstream level, hip hop ain't really stepped up. It's really missing a moment, a bar or two. I ain't asking for you to get like super political, super deep or nothing like that if you're not that type of artist, but say something. Hip hop is supposed to be the voice of the people, and it's very obviously disconnected from the average person when you listen to the music versus the world that we're living in and the things that we see with our own two eyes on a daily basis. And I felt like it was something that needed to be called out. And with a topic as heavy as it is, I needed a track like this to fit the occasion, be as hard hitting as the words and the message that I'm trying to convey. So if you're rocking with that, make sure y'all stream that song. It's called Hip Hop is Pussy, PU $$Y if you can't find it, or just search up your boy Vinnie-Dangerous and the song could be right there. To be my latest single. If y'all was feeling this, leave a comment, leave a like on this video, share it, hype it. I know that's a thing. I haven't really done a beat breakdown in a minute, so I don't know how that works. But if you can, I'd appreciate it. Let me know how y'all feeling this, how y'all feeling the track, the beat, and the song. And if you want me to do more of these, I got more songs that I've produced and put out since the last time I've done a beat breakdown that I haven't done one. And if there's more of a demand, I'll go back and do those, or I'll do this every time I got a new track to release. Until next time, it's your boy Vinnie-Dangerous. Much love.
When did hip hop get so? When did hip hop get so? When did hip hop get so pussy? When did hip hop